Hello, everybody. It's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Deadpool, the video game. It's just Deadpool, but yeah. This game originally came out for the PS3, and then it was released as well later on for the PS4. I'm not sure if they released it with any enhancements, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a replay review on it because this is my favorite anti-hero for the Marvel comics. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? And this is another review of one of my favorite games. It's not considered a great game, but I still really enjoy it. And I wouldn't even say it's a guilty pleasure because this is my favorite, as I said in the intro, anti-hero from Marvel. He's pretty unique. Obviously, everybody knows him now. I've been talking about him since middle school. My friends are like, they'll never make a Deadpool movie or a game because he's not popular enough. Well, they were wrong. Anyways, the main thing is, here's some of the gameplay. The gameplay is pretty fast and fluid. I wouldn't say it's the greatest gameplay. It's right middle of the road in terms of a game. He does carry quite a bit of weapons, you know, his classic weapons. As you know, he's an expert in many different weapons and martial arts styles. His style is interesting because it's unpredictable. It goes according to his psychological mind, which a lot of those things they don't play on in the movies, but they may in the third movie. I don't know. Maybe there's a surprise. The magic satchel full of all the weapons that he needs. In the movie, they made a joke because they didn't have the budget, which is breaking the fourth wall, as you guys know. He does this a lot in this game, which is really cool. And also, as you can see, he can't teleport. That is part of the comics. Sometimes he does have the machine, sometimes he doesn't, and it doesn't work well. Okay, it malfunctions, but it is part of the character, and I think, who knows, Ryan Reynolds may put it in the third movie, but maybe he doesn't want to be too overpowered, you know? As far as the game goes, though, this is mostly based on the comic book Deadpool. As you can see, the costume and everything is a little bit different from the Ryan Reynolds one, but it's still something that I think you should play. Why? Because the humor is top notch, okay? And it's my kind of humor, okay? It's a little dark, it's a little weird, and I just like how he can go off the cuff. And the guy voicing him, I believe, is Nolan North, maybe? I'm not really sure, don't quote me on that, in the game. And he does a great job. As he takes damage, just like if you guys ever played Wolverine Origins, the game, that right there is him taking damage, and you could see him like all torn up from the shots. But then as he recovers, when you stay still, you'll see, if you spin the camera, you could see he's slowly recovering. The gameplay that I did for this game is currently on a PS5. That's why it looks better, obviously, a lot better than you guys are probably used to on the PS3 or the PS4, because this is originally a PS3 game. The version that I'm playing is a PS4 version on the PS5. It does have improved resolution and it does have improved frame rate, but there's still stutter, the same issues that it always had. And here, oh, I forgot to mention, guys, there's bios as well in the game of each character in a comic book form. Well, they're talking about like a quick, it's done in a hilarious way, okay? If you guys play, you'll really like the way they did it. It's very quick and straight to the point, but it shows just enough that you're like, you kind of get the gist of it, you know? Even if you're not a Deadpool fan, you don't know anything about Deadpool. I think that that's a great addition to the game. You know, the game has little things here and there, you know? I think the game didn't come out full price. It may have come out at $40. I don't remember, maybe $50. I didn't get it on PS3. I got it for the first time on PS4. I didn't have a chance to because I wasn't gaming that much at that time. But also the cinematics, guys, they introduced to you very notable characters that you guys remember. There he is. And I had to put this scene in there because obviously they're going to be in the new movie together. And Hugh Jackman's costume, hopefully, it looks more like this one without the long sleeves. You know, and they put the mask on finally. Everybody wants that. We'll see what they do. Obviously, the actor voicing Wolverine is from the 90s. I think the 90s X-Men, it sounds exactly the same. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that as well. But the jokes are top-notch, like I said, and the interaction between the characters are very unique. And I think that that's the strength of the game. The comedy, the dialogue, and the fact that you're playing a game based on Deadpool. and he acts and plays like Deadpool. Obviously, there's stuff that'll frustrate you. He doesn't jump that high, which is weird, but it's okay. As well as there is, obviously, this game is not for kids. A lot of gore. I mean, it's Deadpool, guys. You guys know what to expect. Not only the stuff tearing out of his body, but the stuff you do to your opponents is pretty vicious. But it's very enjoyable. As you can see, right there, my Deadpool towel. I put it recently in my videos because I really like the way it looks, and I don't have any background yet. You know, I'll figure that out eventually. But yeah, the thing about the game that may frustrate you is some screen tearing, some stuttering that they never really fixed. But it does it a lot less, and it's a lot less annoying on the PS5. Also, the loading times are greatly improved on the PS5, no surprise. Here's Cable's bio, done in a very creative way. Obviously, they use artwork from the comics. So, I encourage you guys, first of all, to read the comics on these two characters together. They make a great team. The Wolverine comics and the ones that he did with Gambit as well, because Gambit is my favorite Marvel character. I don't know if you would call him an anti-hero. Maybe he's kind of a scoundrel. I kind of just call Deadpool and Wolverine anti-heroes because they tear people to shreds, right? But Gambit, I guess, is kind of a scoundrel. Who knows? Anyways, there's a bunch of X-Men in the game. There's a bunch of surprises in the game that I don't want to spoil. I just try to show just enough to get you excited about it. I don't know if this game is still being sold anywhere. Maybe you can find it online. I don't think it's at the PSN network store anymore. But the cool is the assortment of guns. They all do different damage. You'll remember things here and there if you read the comics. That'll be like, oh, cool, they put that in there. Great martial arts. He does awesome combos that you could combine and mismatch, you know. Even shooting is a combo meter right there. There's challenge modes, which you'll see throughout my review here. And the challenge modes are cool because you can just enjoy the hell out of it. Just play to your heart's content without trying to figure out where to go next. It's a linear game, so it's not that hard. But if you have problems going through the story, because the difficulty does get crazy, there is a way to turn down difficulty if you guys want. But it feels middle of the road gameplay wise. Graphics pretty good, I think, for the time. But the dialogue and the comedy. And if you're a Deadpool fan, forget it. You're just gonna love it. So yeah, but to be fair, since this is the middle of the review, like I always do, I'm giving Deadpool a 7.5 out of 10. On the PS5, that is. The score might be a little worse on the PS3 and on the PS4 because the frame rate and the stuttering and also the screen tearing can get pretty annoying. But I didn't encounter that many glitches playing it on the PS5, which is good. There's just a few things that look funny. But it's a funny game in general. Like I said, he breaks the fourth wall. You guys know how it goes. That's the rundown for this character. I do obviously recommend you guys watching the two movies. If you watch the two movies, you combine it with this game, just like the other IPs, it works. Sadly, this is the only Deadpool game out. There may be a game, but who knows? Maybe other games in the future. Obviously, Deadpool is in other games. He's in some X-Men games that I've owned throughout the years. Ultimate Alliance, I believe, is one of them, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, if I'm not mistaken, which I have put on my channel. And yeah, overall, people like him. He's a great character. I love him to death. He's amazing. The fact that Ryan Reynolds played him, which is the guy that I've always wanted to play him, was great. So, yeah, guys. But as you can see, it's pretty gory. As we continue here, though, the last thing is, or not the last thing, but one of the cool things is that they do talk about death, which is something that is not really talked about in the movies. And Death is an interesting character because it represents a female version of Death that he's in love with, but he can't see her because he can't die, so it's pretty funny. And here's the challenge screen. But yeah, guys, other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, go get 'em.